Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And it is starting to get late out. It is already starting to get late outside. I don't know. It is already, it's 8 o'clock right on the dot. And I haven't even vlogged yet today. I went to brunch, went to the grocery store, came home. My husband went to a concert with his girlfriends. I went to the pool with my neighbor across the street. Then I came home and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to film videos today or not. And then I started filming videos and then I just can't stop. And so now it's 8 o'clock and I'm still filming videos. And I'm like, well, Alex has gone into concert, so there's no reason for me to stop. But I'm going to do this one. I just filmed a review video of some stuff from Papa John's and Papa John's Pizza. And then when I get done with this, I'm going to start vlogging. Yeah, and then hang out with Boo Radley and continue to watch Fear the Walking Dead. Those cicada are out loud tonight, aren't they? So I brought with me today the Amy Dean book, which is the nighttime book. And I also brought with me the 2 Melody Beatty books because it's already late again. So I thought maybe I should start with the Amy Dean Nightlight book. Now, I love this meditation book so much. It's through Hazelden. It's kind of recovery-centered, but not every single meditation is about recovery. So, let's start with this. I want to look and see what the topic is. If the topic is something to do, you can't really tell. So we'll just read this topic. We'll just read this topic. I cannot speak today. We will just read this meditation. Okay, it's September 3rd. Okay, let's just see what the universe is telling us. I went into the bathroom to grab the Melody Beatty books, and at the last minute, I was like, I'm posting this late again. Maybe people can watch this before they go to bed. So let's do the Nightlight book, because I love this book to read before you go to sleep, right? So let's hope that the universe is speaking to me, and this is the appropriate meditation to read. September 3rd. Avoid friends and followers who are detrimental to thy peace of mind and spiritual growth. Tibetan Rosary of Precious Gems. Who are the friends we love tonight? The battery is dying. I brought another battery out because I knew that the battery was going to die any second. So the battery is dying. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back. Let's start the meditation over, shall we? Okay. September 3rd. Avoid friends and followers who are detrimental to thy peace of mind and spiritual growth. Tibetan Rosary of Precious Gems. Who are the friends we love tonight? Are they healthy in mind, body, and spirit? Do we learn from them and grow with them? Are they an important part of our lives? Through our growth in the program, we may look at our friends of the past and recognize they were not the best influences on us. In fact, they may have been as needy, sick, confused, obsessive, and miserable as we were. Perhaps that's why they were our friends. They were just like us. But now we may have different friends, and they may be like us, healthier, happier, more mature, and more capable. The people we choose as our friends validate us and our growth. If we choose to be around unhealthy people, then we too are unhealthy. Yet if we choose to be around people concerned about their growth, who ask for help when necessary, who can receive yet also give, then we are like those people. They are the mirrors through which we see ourselves. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? How can I improve my image and my personal growth? I think this is a very important meditation. Not interesting, not great. I think it's an important meditation or affirmation. And let me tell you why. And I'm going to share a story with you guys that I think that there's a little bit of pizza down here on the floor. Let the birds eat that. I have a feeling that there are going to be some people out there that don't necessarily agree with my stance on this. And it was something that was told to me that I didn't necessarily agree with when I first heard it. But my opinion greatly changed over time. So let me share this with you. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, I had a group of friends that I ran around with, right? I'm going to keep this rather ambiguous. I know that neither of these people that I'm going to talk about even watches any of my channels today. And I'm in one person I'm in very limited contact with, and the other person I'm not in contact with at all. So, but I think that the message is important. So, my friend and I were talking about our other friend. And the fact that this friend had cheated on their partner several different times and was kind of being cruel to people in our friend group and making nasty statements and just not being a good person. And I loved this person because this person was so charismatic and so much fun and had really helped me out of a bad relation, like, well, not a bad relationship, but out of a relationship to kind of find my own and find my own confidence and whatever. And was really encouraging of me. And there was a period of my life when I was like working out a lot. I was finding myself to some degree. And this friend had really helped me a lot with that. I think I didn't want to believe, like, I knew the negative qualities of this person, but I kind of wanted to overlook them just so that I could enjoy the fun and things like that. And I said, so we were talking about it, and this person's partner we were not that good of friends with, but we knew. And the conversation of they're cheating on this person, like, rather blatant, because their partner never went out and did anything, so it was like rather blatantly, and like everybody knew, right? And I can remember my friend brought it up and said, what do you think about this? And I said, well, I don't think it's our place to judge them. I don't think that we should, really get involved in all that kind of stuff. And I'll never forget this moment in time. We were talking, and this kind of changed my perspective about everything. And my friend said, I think we absolutely can. Because their actions are representative of our friendship. And I go, no, that's not true. Like, what they do is not representative of who we are. And he looked at me. That's a very wise friend of mine. He looked at me and he said, absolutely, they are. What our friends do and don't do, what we stand by and we condone. If we don't say anything, we don't ever act like we have an issue with that, then what we're saying is we're okay with that kind of behavior. And that speaks volumes about who we are as a person. And, I mean, this was not a recovery situation. This was a friend of mine, like, that wasn't sober, and I can remember when he said that to me, I was like, wow. Like, there's a lot of truth in that statement, right? That who we surround ourselves with says a lot about who we are internally ourselves. And I've always been somewhat of, well, not, like, I would say not in the last couple of years, not last 5 years, but before that, I'd always been so much of a chameleon because I wanted to be accepted by whatever group that I was in. So, if people were crap talking people, I get right in the mix of it. I don't blame them. That was on me. Whatever. But, like, I was always kind of a chameleon. So if I was around people that were really negative and kind of harsh, I was really negative and kind of harsh. If I was with people that were like, I'm not going to gossip, I'm not going to be part of that, then I didn't gossip. I wasn't part of that. If I was with people that were learning and growing and involving themselves in recovery or therapy or whatever, then I was learning and growing, and those were the conversations that we were having. And what I realized with that comment in my head over time was that the saying birds of a feather flock together isn't really that far from the truth. And that, my dad would say things to me when I was younger about, I don't necessarily dislike these friends, but when you're with so-and-so, you make poor choices. And I can remember, like, it wasn't my dad saying this person's a bad person. I think a lot of parents do that, grandparents, things like that. My dad never did that. My dad never said, I don't like her because she's a bad person. My dad would say, when you're with her, you make poor choices. And what I started looking at with my adult friendships was, when I was with this person or that person, I shifted. Like, I thought a different way about things, right? And I was such a chameleon because I wanted acceptance from those people. And what I had to realize was that my overall well-being, peace of mind, and how I felt about or talked or interacted with people was definitely more important to me than my validation from somebody that was charismatic and I thought was cool. My intention of being a good person and treating people well was more important than validation from somebody that I thought was cool. It took me a long time to learn that. I mean, we're talking, all the way from my youth of trying to do this, where I always, like, even with my bullies, I look back on this now, and it makes me really sick to myself because I realize how much I engaged in this. That, like, any of my bullies could have talked to me or looked at me or picked me for a team and gym or something like that. And it's like, I would have lit up. I wanted their validation and their acceptance so badly because those people that disliked me the most were the ones whose minds I wanted to change the most. I wanted validation and acceptance from those people so badly. And I did that throughout my entire life, right? That I constantly was seeking validation and acceptance from people that never deserved it from me to begin with, you know? What I know now is that I lost a lot of years because, in retrospect, I was a really good person. I was good boyfriends to people. I was good friends to people. I mean, when I was using, I wasn't. But after I got sober and I started to clean up the wreckage of my past and really take a look at my behaviors and my actions and who I was as a person, I was a really good person. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely, you know, but I've attempted in retrospect to clean up those mistakes and take responsibility for it so I don't repeat those things in the future. But I realized that I worked so hard to get validation and acceptance from people that in retrospect, I didn't really mean a whole lot to begin with, you know, like, I would, like, go so hard for, like, some guy's attention because I was so codependent that I needed some cute guy in my life telling me that they desired me or that I was good enough, right? And I think that's why I always needed to be in monogamous relationships, because if I was the one and only, if I was, and I mean, I still am in a monogamous relationship, but that's always been important to me. But I think that I always wanted to be in a monogamous relationship other than date several people at the same time. I went from monogamous relationship to monogamous relationship from monogamous relationship because if I could get that one guy, okay, to want me so much, that wanted me and me alone to be the boyfriend in their life, then that said everything. That said, this person, they want me. The work I had to do was realizing that the validation and the acceptance had to come from within. I had to be enough for myself. I couldn't constantly be looking for validation from outside because it was never going to be enough. It was like a drug that just, it was limitless drug, but if I went to find it, but it was never giving me what I needed. Never, you know? And never enough for me. No, I can't sing that song, but anyway, I do love that song. But no, you know, I think it was really important for me. And so I've had to ask myself the question through the years of, who do I want standing by my side? Who are people that I can look at and say, I respect their character, I respect their morals, I respect who they stand for as a person, and not only that, but they challenge me and I look up to them. Because in some ways, they are more morally correct and have more integrity than me, that I can learn something from these people, right? Because they've learned from other people in their past. It's like playing a tennis match. You're not going to learn anything in tennis if you don't play somebody that's better than you. I try to surround myself with people that are constantly learning and growing and making, you know, better choices and trying to be better people. It doesn't mean that I get rid of everybody in my life that makes mistakes. All of my friends and all the people in my life make regular mistakes. The difference is, before, the people that chose negative behaviors or made mistakes never took accountability from it, never used those as opportunities for change or learn to grow from it. The people in my life today that make changes or learn and try to grow, the people in my life today, the mistakes that they make, they try to learn from it. They try to grow from it. They try to be better people. That encourages me to want to be a better person. I don't have 15, 20, 30 friends today in my life. I just don't. I have a few friends and I have a few acquaintances. And I'm okay with that. Because I'd rather have that than seek the validation of many. I don't need that anymore today. Because really what I need is to be enough for myself. I hope I am. At least I hope I'm working in that direction, you know? I have good days and I have bad days when it comes to that. But the more I work, the more I do, the better it gets each and every day. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.